You know that feeling, right? You spend all this time crafting the perfect email for your campaign, you hit send, and then nothing. Just crickets. You can see people are opening it, but your response rates are just flat. Well, that's because every single click you ask for, every new tab that has to load, is another chance for you to lose your audience.
But what if you could just get rid of all that friction? I mean, what if there were no extra clicks, no annoying redirects, no waiting around for a landing page to load? Just imagine it. Your users fill out the entire form and hit submit without ever leaving their inbox. Well, that's not just some fantasy. It's totally possible with interactive AMP emails. Now, AMP stands for Accelerated Mobile Pages, and it's this amazing technology that lets you build app-like experiences right inside an email. And today, we're going to break down how a platform like Mailmodo makes this game-changing tech incredibly easy to use. Let's get into it.
So here's what we're going to cover. We'll kick things off with the big problem with clicks, then we'll dive into the in-email solution. After that, I'll give you a step-by-step guide on how to actually build one of these forms, and we'll wrap up with some really powerful real-world examples. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the real villain in this story, the click. Specifically, that one little click that forces your user to leave the email. It seems so small and harmless, but trust me, it is the #1 reason your email forms are not performing.
And this right here, this visual shows you exactly what I'm talking about. Look at the left. That's the traditional flow. It's a tangled, clunky mess, isn't it? Email, click, wait for a new tab, find the form. Ugh, there are so many points where someone can just get frustrated and leave. But now, look at the right. The Mailmodo flow is just a clean, straight line. They get the email, they fill out the form, and they're done. It's pretty obvious which path is going to get you better results. Let's be real for a second. We all live in a world of super short attention spans. So asking someone to stop what they're doing in their inbox, wait for a whole new page to load, and then re-engage with your content, that is a huge hurdle. Every single one of those steps is just bleeding conversions.
So how do we fix this? Well, it's simple, really. We bring the form directly to the user. And I want to be clear, this isn't just some tiny improvement. It's a fundamental shift in the whole user experience, and it produces dramatically better results. It's a total game changer. The benefits here are immediate and they are powerful. Right off the bat, you're going to see your response rates climb. You're also totally eliminating that frustrating redirect to another web page. This transforms that messy, complex journey into a simple, straight line. And, maybe most importantly, you turn a passive reader into an active, engaged person. It all comes down to a super simple formula. Less friction equals way more conversions. All right, so this all sounds fantastic in theory, but you're probably wondering, how hard is it to actually build one of these things? Let's walk through how Mailmodo makes this whole process super simple with absolutely no code. First, it's good to know that there are two main types of forms you can build. You've got your simple forms, which are absolutely perfect for quick things like an NPS survey or a simple newsletter sign-up. And then you have advanced forms. And this is where things get really fun. We're talking quizzes, calculators, and more complex event registrations. So building a form really breaks down into 5 surprisingly simple steps. You start by picking a template. Then you just drag and drop the different form pieces you need right into your layout. After that, you customize all the fields and questions. Next, you set up the logic for what happens after someone hits submit. And finally, you test it out and send it. It's a completely visual process from start to finish. And here's a little peek at the editor itself. You can see the library of components. You literally just drag whatever you need and drop it into your email. Need a date picker? Just pull it in. A star rating system? No problem. You can see how all these pieces come together to build either a simple or even a pretty advanced form. It's all visual and it's all incredibly intuitive. Now this is the secret sauce for those advanced forms. You can set up what's called conditional logic. So, for example, if a user says they're interested in product A, then you can show them a totally different set of questions about product A. This lets you create these incredibly personal and dynamic journeys for your users, all inside the email itself. And the experience doesn't end when they hit submit. You have full control over what happens next. You can show a quick thank you message right there in the email, or, if it makes more sense, you can choose to redirect them to a dedicated thank you page. The choice is completely yours. Okay, so now that we know how to build them, let's look at some real-world use cases. How can you actually put these powerful forms to work for your own marketing efforts?
Honestly, the possibilities here are pretty much endless. You could use a lead magnet to capture new subscribers right there in the email. You could register people for your next event with a single click. You could get instant feedback with an NPS survey while the experience is still fresh in their minds. Or you could even build out dynamic quizzes and calculators. Each of these things transforms your email from just a passive message into a powerful, interactive tool.
At the end of the day, it really all comes down to this chart. This tells the entire story. All the friction from the traditional form just suppresses your conversions. But by removing that friction and keeping the user right there in their inbox, the in-email form unlocks so much more conversion potential. It's a direct, clear relationship. So what are the big takeaways here? Well, first, you're literally shortening the customer journey, cutting out all those unnecessary, annoying steps. Second, by radically reducing friction, you're going to boost your conversion rates. And finally, Mailmodo makes it possible to do all of this without writing a single line of code, thanks to its super intuitive visual builder. So the real question becomes, are you ready to stop losing all those potential conversions just because of a few extra clicks and loading tabs? If the answer is yes, then it is absolutely time to give in-email forms a try. This is the most direct way to transform your audience from just passive readers into engaged, active responders and finally start capturing all those conversions you've been missing out on.